Right.
Okay, what did you get for number 1?
Number 1, I got both A and B, I believe, because Deidre bakes bread and Calvin wants bread, and Eric barbecues ribs and Alan wants ribs. So I got C, both A and B.
Wasn't it saying that a double coincidence was that they both made and wanted what the other one made and wanted?
So in because this one I am not 100% sure, because relies on the barter will have trouble allocating scarce resources efficiently, require double coincidence of wants, the unlikely occurrence that two people each have a good or service that the other wants. So from what I understand of it, it's just a good. It doesn't have to be both.
Okay, look, I'm pulling
That's
it up.
on page 322.
Okay, it does say A, so I guess that would be correct. Okay, so we're going to C on question. Yep. Okay.
Just it says A, it doesn't say both.
Right, and I guess that I just misunderstood that when I read it this morning.
That's okay. I read it like 5 times, so.
2, I got B, and that's straight off of page 322.
It is the first sentence of the second paragraph. And then 3, I got cash and stocks, because it says in where it's bold, store value. In that section, money is not the only store value in the economy. A person can also transfer purchasing power to the present to the future by holding non-monetary assets such as stocks and bonds.
Yep, that's what I got too. 4, I got B, currency, stocks, fine art, and that's on page 323 in the 5th paragraph.
With liquidity.
Yeah, it was like money or.
So it says the most liquid assets available. Most stocks and bonds can be sold easily with small costs and relatively liquid assets. But the most liquid is cash because it's already cash, so it can't convert any further. And then 5, I got A was commodity money because they talk about that in 16-1B.
Yep, I got that as well.
Sweet.
6, I got C, savings deposits.
6, as did I. Just process of elimination on the picture on page, figure 1 on page 326.
Yep. And using that same picture for question 7, I got B.
As did I. Sweet. We're on a roll. I got a central bank.
That's what I got. Question 9, I got B. Government bonds are conducted at the New York Fed's trading desk.
Where did you find that one?
That one I found, it's on page 328. Paragraph number 4 on the page. The very last sentence in the first paragraph of 16-2B, it says, the president of the New York Fed always gets a vote. However, because the New York is the traditional financial center of the U.S. economy, and because all Fed purchases and sales of government bonds are conducted at the New York Fed's trading desk.
That one I wasn't sure about. 10, I got C.
That's what I got.
Oh. Sweet.
11, I got C.
As did I. No, I got D. Because how I did it, because I went back in the book, is the assets over the liabilities, which is loans would be the asset, and then the deposits would be the liabilities, which is 8,000, and when you do 6,000, you get 0.75.
I'm trying to find this.
It's in the simple case of 100% reserve. Or money creation with fractional reserve on page 330.
So this is asking the reserve requirement. And the reserve requirement is how much of the deposits is required to stay in reserve instead of being loaned out.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember where I found that in the text.
Like I see it in like 16-3B. Like as we discuss more fully later in the chapter, the Fed sets a minimum amount of reserves that banks must hold called a reserve requirement.
Right.
And they go over money multiplier.
So if they have loaned out $6,000, then their required reserve is $2,000, and so 2,000 divided by 8,000 is 25%.
And then you take 3,000 divided by 8,000. Okay, that is probably right. Well, I'll trust you on that. Because that makes sense.
Before the one that doesn't have.
Let me write that down, actually.
The kind of in the last paragraph before the chart, it says, let's suppose that the First National Reserve ratio of 1/10 or 10%. This means that 10% of its deposits in reserve and loans out the rest. So what they did was they did the 10 divided by 100 to get 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the same thing I did to get 25%.
And I thought that's what I was doing. That's why I took the loans. Oh, wait, no, you calculated the reserves. Never mind. You're good. And then so 12, I'm just, what I got was 500. Is that right or wrong?
I got B for 12.
How did you calculate that?
So this, you need to find the money multiplier. And on page 332, the last paragraph before 16-3D, it says that if it's 5%, then that's 1/20th. And the money multiplier is the reciprocal of that. So it's 20 over 1. And so you multiply that by the amount of money, and that tells you how much the new money will be.
So you did 5 times 5,000?
I did 20 times 500.
20 times 500. Oh, okay, because it's the money multiplier. Oh, because it's 5%. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, and kind of the example it does with that is on the bottom of page 331, where it does, the 90, 100.9 times 90, adds them all up to be 1,000. Well, the rate was 10%, so they multiplied it by 10.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense, I think. And then 13, I probably did that wrong because I got A.
Okay, I got B. I wasn't 100% sure on it, though.
And I wasn't 100% sure on A either.
So what I did on 13 was I basically just figured out the money multiplier again.
Okay.
And then I did it backwards. It would decrease it by that much. I don't know if that's how you were supposed to do it. I didn't see anything specifically in the text for that.
Okay.
But it would be the same.
Because I'm pretty sure I did these wrong. So you got B and B for the 12 and 13.
Yep.
Okay, and you did the money multiplier. Money. Backwards. Okay, 13, 14. For this one, I got 8%.
Okay, and I got 12.5%. Again, I'm not 100% sure. So let me reread this and make sure I can explain what I did.
So it's 8 million in reserves. No, money
8 million is the
supplied
supply, and reserves are 1 million.
is reserve. Assuming that people hold
So
on.
that would just be 1 million divided by 8 million,
Okay, so I did it backwards.
which would be
1 divided by 8. It's a 12.5. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I did it backwards. 15, I got 8.
That's what I got.
Go back to the folder that had the downloaded package.
16, I got A, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I got A, and I found that on page 335.
Yep, they're italicized. Discount
Yeah.
window and term auction facility.
Yeah, paragraphs 3 through 5 explain that. 17, I got A.
So did I. Then 18, I have no clue.
Okay, 18, I got A. And how I did that was I did 300 divided by 7,500, which is the reserves Okay, hold on. What's the question asking?
Which is 4%.
Yeah, I have to double check this.
Okay.
Just what's your opinion on that?
Okay, I'm editing it to be B 200 million phases.
Okay.
And the reason I did that was originally I had A because I did 300 million, which was the required reserves, divided by the 7,500 million, which is the deposits.
Mhm.
But then it also has 75 million excess reserves. And so I had to edit it to be 375 divided by 7,500, which comes out to be 5%. So the money multiplier would be 20. And so the 10 million times 20 is 200 million.
10, and then 10 times 250. Okay. That does make a lot more sense.
So I'm sticking with B on that one. 19. I couldn't find the support for this in the text, but I chose B, which says both the decision to hold relatively more currency and the decision to hold relatively more excess reserves would make the money supply decrease. And now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I'm kind of thinking that more because if you have less deposits, then the money supply would decrease. And then if you hold more in reserves,
Mhm.
then your money multiplier would also decrease.
And I fully agree with that, and so does Google.
Okay, and then
So,
20 I put D.
as did I. Yeah, D. Okay, double check, answered everybody. All right. Any other questions?
No, I'm happy with the answers we've come up with. It was nice because most of them were right out of the book.
Yeah. And then the couple math ones. I know what I did. I didn't have the money multiplier there, and so I know why I got my answers wrong. So sweet. Hope for 100 this time.
Almost.
Oh no.
19 out of 20.
No. Oh, the first one? It's none?
Yeah.
Freaking A.
But no, I
And that-
totally see where you're coming from with the text because it just says A, it doesn't say both.
Like, and I read it like 5 times because my first answer was none of the above. So I'm like, okay, so if they both need, like, and she would have to be able to do dry cleaning. So,
Right. Yeah, I had none of the above originally as well until I reread it to say a good or service. But I guess where that comes in to the double coincidence
Is that they have to have both.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that makes sense, but the
The single A.
the text made it a little bit confusing.
Okay, well, we did better this time.
Yep.
Improvement is good. All right, sweet. Did you get an email from Mitch or anybody?
I did not.
Okay, neither did I. So, I don't know. I'll post the link up in the discussion board, and I also sent them the link in the email too, and I invited both of them. So maybe we'll catch them next week. Next week, with it being Thanksgiving, do we want to meet earlier, or is this still good?
For me, I get home usually around 6 o'clock on Tuesdays, so anytime after 6 is fine.
I can bump it up to 8 because my schedule changed and I'm coming home at 4. It might change tomorrow. I really don't know. So I could be coming home at 4. So do you want to move it up to 8
Yeah, that's fine.
for just next week?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. And I'll send out an email as well.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Brett.
Yep, we'll see you.